Hi, I recorded an entire vlog this morning and realized it was practically the same as the last vlog that I posted. It's kind of the issue that I have currently is that my days are very similar and there's not really much variety to show you. So if you have anything that you'd like me to do, like I've been thinking about replacing that painting above my sink, the one that is a winter scene, and it's spring. I know at some point I want to make a painting, but I need to find time for that. So something like that, something exciting that you'd like me to do. Today though, I am going to do my exercise and I'm just gonna chit chat while I'm exercising, if I can breathe. We'll see. Some days on Ring Fit, super easy. My heart rate barely goes up that I can see on my watch. And some days I'm just huffing and puffing. Like yesterday was hard. But today, we'll see. I also still have my cough. I wouldn't say I still have my cold. It's literally just the cough. Like, it's almost like my body got used to coughing. And it's just like, okay, we cough every minute and a half now. That's just what our body does. Let me mute the audio on here because you're going to be listening to my voice today. I'm trying to focus and talk at the same time. Was this my best idea? Possibly not. You'll have to let me know if you let me know a lot of things. I need help with content. Let me know if this is a good idea to kind of just chat and do my exercise with you. It's kind of hard for me not to sing. I move my hips like this. How many of y'all have a Switch? And how many of you have Ring Fit Adventure? Because I would love to know. I am the only person in my life that plays this game. I just love it. I've always loved it since I got it in 2020 when I needed something to do at home. I've loved it. And I just go through like big breaks with it. I'm trying to stick to it though, because I'm sorry, there's gonna be a lot of huffing in this video. I'm trying to stick to it. I'm trying to stick to pretty much all of my fitness stuff because when I lost weight the first time, I exercised a little bit, like 3 times a week or something, for maybe 20 minutes each session, which is okay. But I think I lost most of my weight from my diet rather than exercise, and I didn't feel any stronger. So I kind of want to lose weight. I kind of want to get a little bit stronger. I want to be able to go up the stairs without, you know? Not that I don't have stairs in my house. If I did, that would be another exercise that I would do. I would just go up and down my stairs. That would get steps in for me. That would be a good exercise for me. I just don't have stairs, one level. I wish we had a basement because it would be really nice during storms to just have that idea. We had a basement in our last house and we did end up having to go down there during a tornado. Tornado wasn't anywhere near us. I think it was a town over, so we were fine. But I wish we had, I don't know. I think about tornadoes more often than I think a normal person does. I wish I had a better spot for you guys to actually see some of these because you can only see me from like the waist up. But I'm doing Warrior One pose right now. And I feel like you can't tell that I'm struggling with my balance. Well, you can tell I'm struggling with my balance, but you can't tell why. Up to level 164. 164. Is that a song? That has to be. Oh, I got a new exercise that I probably won't use because it's leg scissors. My abs are awful. I can't do any of like a crunch or anything consistently. It's just so hard. But I guess you build it up by doing the crunches. All right, Pudge, you gotta get out of my legs. I'm gonna start running here. I never started my watch. Oh no. I love seeing all the stats for my exercises. So I gotta remember to set that. Usually I'm better about that. Okay. Squeeze down. I'm climbing a wall. Right now, I'm only at like 4,000 steps for the day, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I want, ideally, to be at like 5,000 steps by about noon, because that's about halfway through the day. That's halfway to the goal of 10,000. Pudge, you gotta scoot over. I'm about to run. I'm so scared I'm gonna stomp on him. But anyways, some days my step goal is so hard to get to, and some days I barely even think about it. Lately, most days have been difficult. Whew. We're sweating today. Oh, sorry, this is taking a lot of focus for me. I'm trying to jump up to some coins. I'm also getting thirsty. I need a good stopping point so I can get a drink. So anyways, other than exercise and weight loss things, what have I been up to lately? I wish I had some kind of fun update. I don't really do much. I stay home a lot. Oh gosh. Okay. Aha, I did it. I stay home a lot. Well, obviously, I stay home with the kids every day. And most of my days kind of just revolve around what they're doing and what their schedule is. Because, you know, they're both under 3 years old. They can't drive themselves quite yet. Although sometimes I feel like the oldest would if I gave him the keys. This weekend I'm going to my hometown to see my family for Easter because we had that canceled around Easter time. There was a snowstorm. That was really the only big snow we really had that I can really remember. I feel like I saw the ground for most of winter. I promise some of these exercises, unless you've played Ring Fit Adventure, then you kind of get it. But a lot of these exercises look on camera super easy. Like, why am I huffing and puffing? One, I'm out of shape. Two, I just feel like it doesn't do it justice. You know? Here I'm doing Warrior One again. I'm about to fall over because I have no balance. This does get easier though. I remember when I was on my Ring Fit kick and I did this pose often. Whew. I remember it getting easier to do the balance anyways, to not fall over. It's also helpful with the yoga mat to not slip. I gotta take out these seated exercises for when I film them because you can't see me. I'm on the ground, you would not see me. What else have we been up to, Pudge? I'm not sure how many of you actually watch me regularly, or if you're just here, if this is like your first video kind of thing. I think most people are new. But if you're thinking about coming back, you should leave me some questions for me to answer so I have something to talk about, because I'm sure I could talk about something. I just can't think of anything right now. If you leave me a question, I will answer it in a video at some point. Or I'll answer it in the comments. I'll probably completely forget that I've said this and just answer the comment. So I guess the only thing I really have going on in my life is kind of my weight loss journey, because it does take up a lot of my day. Like, when I'm not taking care of the kids, I'm doing something for my weight loss. I'm going for walks, I'm exercising, checking steps, I'm planning my intermittent fasting. I should plan healthier foods for me. I'm not a big snacker. At least I have that going for me. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I should buy a ton of carrots to snack on. I don't snack. I just eat meals. I'm not a huge snacker. So those carrots would probably go bad unless I put them on the plate with my meal. You know, that's an easy way to fix that. See if my kids are actually sleeping. Okay, well, the older one is not sleeping. The younger one is sleeping. Anyways, healthy foods. I don't know. The rest of my family, they eat macaroni and cheese. And it's hard to say no to macaroni and cheese. Although, it always sounds like a great idea when I throw it on my plate. Like, ooh, mac and cheese, that sounds good. But then I have it, and like, this doesn't hit the way you think it would, you know? But then I end up eating it all because I put it on my plate, and I don't know, for some reason, I feel the need to clean my plate, and I need to stop. Like, I have Tupperware, I can save it for later, but I feel like I'm wasting food. I just feel like I need a clean plate, and I don't remember my parents really being on me about cleaning my plate, so I don't think it comes from childhood. I think it's just me. I think I'm just like that. When I played hockey as a teenager, I ate so much, but I kind of needed to. I was doing 2-hour practices every single day and working pretty hard. So yeah, I needed the food then. I think maybe I just got used to eating that way, and I still haven't gotten back to a normal portion size. So this is the revolved crescent lunge pose. So I'm putting my left foot forward and my right foot back, and then I'm kind of like bending my left foot so my back foot is stretched out. If that gives you a visual of what's going on. Oh, this one feels really good on my back. I like the exercises where I have to twist because, oh gosh, oh, it just feels good. It feels good on my back. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. I used to put down, in front of me there's a bunch of big windows, and I used to put down all of my shades whenever I exercised. There's so many toys in front of the window that it's really difficult to reach the shades, basically. So I've decided if my neighbors see me working out, whatever. Although I do feel awkward every time I see somebody walking their dog or something. This is my cup from the hospital. It's really good for when I work out. For some reason, I just love it. And it was expensive, so I'm using it. No, the cup wasn't expensive, the kid was. How's everybody else's spring going? Like, is your weather pretty normal for spring? Or has it been weird? Because I feel like this spring has been a little weird. Like, most of the days are pretty normal for spring. Like, we start spring off 40s, 50s. But last week, we had a few days that were like 75 degrees, which I feel like we don't hit 75 degrees until May, usually, at least with like regularity. And even then, May is a little early. I would say June, mostly. I feel like I'm asking you guys a lot of questions today because I feel like I'm just talking to somebody and nobody's answering me back. That's the weird thing about recording yourself, is that you know somebody's gonna watch you, but nobody's there. Although I kind of prefer to film when nobody's around. My knees are making the grossest sound right now. I don't think you can hear it. It's not very loud. But if you're in the same room as me, you definitely would hear it and be like, yikes. I've always had bad knees, so even when I was in shape, bad knees. I bet being overweight also does not help the situation because my knees have to carry more. This needs to end. I'm done. Just sit for a minute. Just a minute. Okay, get back up. I think part of it is that it's getting really difficult to talk while I'm doing this because I'm not able to really catch my breath. So tonight is the release of Taylor Swift's new album. I think at midnight probably. She usually comes out with it at midnight, I think. I am Swiftie light. I like Taylor. I will click on an article if it's talking about Taylor, but I don't really like seek out Taylor, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not Googling her. I'm not going super in depth into finding all of her hidden messages. I don't do all that. I went to see her in concert for the Red Tour, but that's the only time I've seen her, and I imagine with ticket prices now, I will probably never see her again. I wish I could. It sounds like the Eras Tour was so much fun, and I entered a competition to go to her Paris show, and I didn't win, obviously. You know, like a million people probably entered their name more than once. I entered mine one day, and I was like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I was kind of hoping at the same time that it wouldn't happen, because I would have to find a passport. Not find a passport. I don't have a passport. I've never left the country, which was kind of another reason I wanted to go too, because I have not left, like, me and the surrounding states. I've not been outside of that area since I was 10 years old. And I'm 28, going to be 29 very soon. So I need to at least leave the area pretty soon, because I feel like that's the thing you gotta do. You gotta travel and stuff. Like, even if I don't just leave the country, I should leave the state. Maybe that should be, well, I can't afford to do that in 2024. That can't be on my goal for 2024. For the next decade, let's do. Within the next decade, I'm going to leave the state. But anyways, back to Taylor Swift. That was where this conversation began. I'm not a super Swiftie, so I probably won't be up at midnight for the release of the whole album, but I'm sure I'm definitely going to hear her album tomorrow quite a bit. I feel like you just can't escape it. She's there. Everybody loves Taylor. So her music's everywhere. I don't think I've ever, well, I guess I'm going to do a seated one. Whoops. I don't think I've ever put on Cruel Summer myself. And yet, I know all the words to it. Pudge, you're going to get whacked in the face. Go somewhere else. Please. All right, that was the end of that. I hope you enjoyed looking at my couch. At least Pudge was there for a second to entertain you. Lime smoothie recipe. That sounds like that would actually be really gross. My watch says that I exercise for 26 minutes, with 145 being my average beats per minute, 161 being my max beats per minute, and 320 calories burned. The Ring Fit Adventure also gives you its own little summary up there, and it says I burned 62 calories. It always feels so low on there. And sometimes I feel like 320 calories might be a bit much to be burned. I don't know. I don't focus too much on the calories burned, because I feel like it's got to be really difficult to measure that, especially for the game, which I can't measure my heart. Well, I guess I could measure my heart rate. At the end of levels, sometimes it asks you to put your finger over the sensor. I don't do that very often, just because I got my watch. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my exercise chit chat, and I will see you next time. Bye!